on the #1 server in Minecraft, the #1 minigame in Minecraft, with over 200,000 daily players. No, not that one. That's an MMORPG. That doesn't count as a minigame. Anyways, it's Bedwars. I'm talking about Bedwars. After not receiving any gameplay updates for a very long time, there is hope on the horizon. That's right, Bedwars is getting an update, and I'm here to tell you all about it. On September 1st, 2021, the admin and community manager, known as xHaskox, made a very unexpected forum post. Hey, today we'd like to share some balancing changes we have planned for an upcoming Bedwars update. That's right, out of nowhere, the admins have announced the first gameplay update in 3 years. Now I can already hear you guys saying in the comments, but Horchata, they updated it a couple months ago, blah blah blah, and if you said that, you'd be wrong. While practice mode and especially the quality of life changes they made were welcome and greatly appreciated, the game itself and how it's played wasn't changed in any way whatsoever. It was purely a patch / bug fix, not an update. However, have no fear, the time for an actual update is here. What's in this update, you might ask? Well, I will tell you. Now, it's not some huge meta-changing, game-breaking update, but it will definitely affect how the game is played, at least slightly, and it mostly has to do with late game. So here's what's in the update. 1, a change to bridge eggs. 2, a change to bed bugs, 3, a change to power bows, and 4, a change to arrow pricing. I also have some news regarding fireballs, so stick around to the end to hear more about that. Bridge eggs are a very powerful item and have quite a few use cases, from countering fireball and bow spammers to surprising teams from a new angle, or just playing it safe after you've lost your bed. However, their use in solos and duos has been limited to non-existent. This is because in these mode, bridge eggs cost double what they otherwise would, making them overpriced for what they are, and making it much more useful to spend your emeralds elsewhere in almost every situation. In fact, bridge eggs are the only emerald item in Bedwars to have a price increase between game modes. For comparison, for the price of 1 bridge egg in duos, you could buy an invis pot, one of the most powerful items in the game, both speed and jump, or be halfway to getting a pearl. With bridge eggs costing only 1, it makes them much more sensible to get if you say, need to get to some campers, deal with some fireball spammers, have an escape route from anywhere. I'm not saying people are going to start buying them all the time, or that they should. Only that they are now a somewhat sensible purchase and will actually be utilized rather than sitting there untouched for all of eternity. Bedbugs are another underutilized item that, while semi-useful, are overpriced and just not worth it. To combat this, the price is going to be lowered from 40 iron to 30 iron, making them cheaper than a fireball, which makes a lot of sense seeing as one is much more powerful than the other. In my opinion, people underestimate the power of bedbugs due to the fact that they are overpriced. So even though this could cause some annoyance and spamming from people, it's still a welcome change that adds a new possible strategy to the game. Power bows are expensive, costing 24 gold, or double that of a normal bow. So once again, the admins are reducing the price of an item to increase its utility. While it will only be 4 gold cheaper, going from a price of 24 down to 20, it will make them slightly more sensible and also shouldn't increase the amount of bow spammers. Plus, the arrow change, which I'll get to in a minute, should add some balance to that as well. I don't think this change will really affect that much and isn't going to be that noticeable, but still a nice change nonetheless. Tired of getting spammed by arrows non-stop? Well, how about increasing their price? While the other items we've talked about are underutilized, arrows are overutilized. Once you've bought a bow, the cost of arrows just isn't that prohibitive, and rarely are you going to need to be super concerned about wasting shots. By raising the price from 2 gold for 8 arrows to 2 gold for 6 arrows, players will be forced to choose their shots more wisely and won't be able to spam you non-stop. While much of the sweat community dislikes bows and looks down on the use of them, I kind of enjoy them and find them to be a useful item that requires a bit of skill to be good at. And so, even though I do like bows, I think that this change is good because it forces people to be more skillful and precise, balancing the fact that they are a ranged weapon in a game primarily fought in close quarters. While I was recording and editing this video, xhascox actually updated his post and added a couple more changes to the update. After receiving community feedback from the comments in the post, the admins have decided to implement 3 more changes, so I'll cover those now quickly as well. They decided to reduce the cost of chainmail armor from 40 to 30 iron because no one used it. It was ridiculously overpriced. It kinda sucked. They also reduced the number of ladders received with a purchase of 4 iron, going down from 16 ladders to 8 ladders. This is because not many people use ladders, but for those who do, and it's generally a highly skilled group of players, they can be very useful. And so the admin felt that the number of ladders that you could purchase for such a low price felt very cheap compared to the effect those ladders had on the game. Now the last change was that they buffed counter-offensive trap. Counter-offensive trap is the least used and suckiest trap, and even after this buff, I still don't think people are going to use it, but it makes sense that they would buff it. They've changed it from having speed 1 to speed 2, and the trap now lasts for 15 seconds instead of 10. So when your trap sets off, you'll get speed 2 and jump boost 2 for 15 seconds. Still, not that useful. Don't think people are going to buy it, but I guess it needed a buff. Now, while that's it for the updates, I do have 2 more pieces of news to share with you guys that I think you'll want to hear. One is about fireballs. In the comments of the forum post, xhascox did confirm that the admins have no plan to nerf fireballs or to increase their price, which, while I do kinda wish they cost more, I also understand that they are a fundamental part of Bedwars, a part of the meta, and help balance the game because they're easy and helpful regardless of skill level. So begrudgingly, I concede this is how it must be despite their annoyance. Now, the last piece of information I have for you guys is that, once again, in another post in the comments of the forum post, xhascox also confirmed that there would be bug fixes and quality of life changes coming to the game in this update as well. We don't know what they're going to be yet, but we can speculate. While some of the things he did confirm in the comments, like the fact that they are going to make it so that if you place a tool in a certain spot in your inventory, when you respawn, it will be in that same spot in your inventory, which is an amazing change and I look forward to seeing. He also mentioned that they're trying to fix the /rejoin issue where sometimes you can't properly rejoin a game. We don't know if that's coming in this patch or when it's coming, as it seems to be a server-wide issue, not just a Bedwars issue, but also good news that that will hopefully be fixed. It's likely there will also be some other changes, and there's talk of a new castle map being created. However, while they did announce that they wanted to do that, I think that that may come in a later update and maybe not in this update. So, now that we know what's in the update and what my thoughts on it are, I'm curious to find out what the community thinks about it. So, Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot, and you guys can join the Penguin Army. We will rule the world someday, by the way. The penguins will take over. Anyways, that's going to do it for me, and I will see you guys in the next time. Goodbye!